Welcome to Magic Tale World, where every story comes alive with wonder. Let's open the book and begin our adventure together.
Hello, little explorers, and welcome to our magical story corner. Today, we're journeying to a tiny planet, far, far away, to meet a very special boy with hair the color of wheat fields. His name is the Little Prince, and his story is filled with wonders, secrets, and some of the most important lessons you'll ever learn. Are you ready to blast off on an adventure among the stars? Great! Let's begin. Our story starts not in space, but right here on Earth, with a pilot who has crashed his plane in the middle of the vast Sahara Desert. He's all alone, with very little water and a big problem to solve. Just as he's feeling hopeless, he hears a small, clear voice say, "If you please, draw me a sheep." He looks up, and there, standing in the endless sand, is a charming little boy, the Little Prince. The pilot is astonished. How did this child get here? But the prince is very serious about his sheep. The pilot, who loved drawing as a child but was told to give it up by grown-ups, tries his best. He draws a few sheep, but the Little Prince isn't happy. One is too sickly. Another is too old. Finally, the pilot, a bit frustrated, draws a simple box and says, "The sheep you want is inside." To his surprise, the Little Prince's face lights up with joy. "That is exactly the way I wanted it," he exclaims. This was their first lesson together. What is essential is often invisible to the eye. You don't need to see the sheep to know it's there, perfect in your imagination. As they become friends, the Little Prince tells the pilot about his home, a tiny asteroid named B612. "It's so small, you could walk around it in a minute. On this planet, there are good plants and bad plants. The bad plants are the baobab seeds. If you don't pull them up the moment you recognize them, their roots can grow so big they can split the whole planet apart. So, every morning, the Little Prince carefully tends to his world, pulling up the baobab shoots. This teaches us a lesson about responsibility. We all have little baobabs in our lives, bad habits or small problems. It's important to take care of them right away, before they grow too big to handle. It's a matter of discipline. The Little Prince's most prized possession on his planet was a single, beautiful rose. She was unique, with 4 thorns to protect herself. But she was also very vain and demanding. She would cough and pretend to be frail to get the prince's attention. The Little Prince loved his flower dearly, but her words often confused and saddened him. He didn't realize that behind her pride, she truly cared for him. Feeling hurt, he decided to leave his planet and explore the universe. He later learned that you should not judge people by their words, but by their actions. His rose filled his planet with fragrance and beauty, and that was her way of showing love. His journey takes him to several other tiny planets, each inhabited by a single, peculiar grown-up. First, he meets a king who claims to rule over everything, the stars, the planets, everything. But his power is empty. He can only command things that would happen anyway, like ordering the sun to set at sunset. He teaches the Little Prince that true authority comes from reason, and you can only expect from others what they can reasonably give. Next, he visits a planet with a conceited man. This man wants nothing but admiration. He asks the little prince to clap his hands so he can bow. For the conceited man, all other people are just admirers. The little prince finds this very strange and quickly moves on, learning that wanting constant praise from others is a lonely way to live. Then he meets a tippler, a man who drinks too. What does he want to forget? He wants to forget that he is ashamed. Ashamed of what? Ashamed of drinking. The little prince is puzzled by this sad, endless circle and leaves, feeling very sorry for the man. This shows us how some people get trapped in cycles that don't solve their problems. The fourth planet belongs to a businessman. This man is endlessly busy counting stars. He believes he owns them because he was the first one to think of it. He writes the number down on a piece of paper and puts it in the bank. But what good does it do? He doesn't make the stars more beautiful or useful. The little prince thinks of his flower. He waters her every day and protects her. He is useful to his flower, but the businessman is not useful to his star. This teaches a powerful lesson. Owning something only has meaning if you care for it and add value to it. The fifth planet is the smallest of all. It has just enough room for a street lamp and a lamplighter. The lamplighter's job is to light the lamp at night and put it out in the morning. But his planet spins so fast that a day lasts only 1 minute. So, the poor man has to light and extinguish the lamp every single minute, with no time to rest. The little prince respects the lamplighter more than the others because his work serves a purpose. It creates beauty. But he also sees the absurdity of following orders without question, even when the situation changes. Finally, after visiting a geographer who has never explored anything, the little prince arrives on Earth. He is surprised to find it so big and full of people. He lands in a garden full of roses, 5,000 of them, all looking just like his flower. He feels terribly sad. He thought his rose was unique in all the universe, but here were thousands just like her. He lies down in the grass and cries. It is then that he meets a fox. The fox is wise and wants to be tamed. What does that mean? Tame, asks the little prince. The fox explains that to tame something means to establish ties. To me, you are still nothing more than a little boy who is just like 100,000 other little boys, and I have no need of you. And you, on your part, have no need of me. To you, I am nothing more than a fox like 100,000 other foxes. But if you tame me, then we shall need each other. To me, you will be unique in all the world. To you, I shall be unique in all the world. So, the little prince tames the fox. Every day, he sits a little closer until they become friends. When it's time for the prince to leave, the fox is sad. But he shares a secret. He tells the prince to go back and look at the roses again. The prince does, and he understands. You are beautiful, but you are empty. It is dim. One could not die for you. To be sure, an ordinary passerby would think that my rose looked just like you, but in herself alone she is more important than all the hundreds of you, since she is the one that I have watered, since she is the one I put under glass, since she is the one I have listened to when she grumbled or boasted, or even sometimes when she said nothing, because she is my Rose. The fox's secret is simple. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. And another thing, you become responsible forever for what you have tamed. The little prince finally understands his love for his Rose and his responsibility to her. The pilot finishes repairing his plane, and the little prince knows it's time for him to return home. His return journey is dangerous, but he is not afraid. He tells the pilot that whenever he looks up at the stars, it will be as if all the stars are laughing, because he, the little prince, will be living on one of them. He has left a gift for his friend, the sound of laughter in the stars. And so the little prince returns to his planet, to his Rose, and to his responsibilities. The pilot is left alone in the desert once more. But now, when he looks at the night sky, he hears the beautiful music of the stars and remembers his dear friend. The story of the little prince reminds us to look beyond the surface, to cherish the relationships we build, and to take care of the people and things we have tamed. It's a story about love, loss, and the simple truths that grown-ups so often forget. What a wonderful journey, wasn't it? The little prince teaches us that the most important things in life aren't things at all, but the love and connections we share. I hope you carry his wisdom in your heart. If you enjoyed our story today, please give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends